Is the one, the only, the Hornet here at Duke City Toys, hosting a meet and greet for Tommy Dreamer. Hopefully, we'll get to interview some fans and hopefully interview the man himself, Tommy Dreamer. Come on, guys. Hey guys, I'm here with the owner of Duke City Toys, the man himself,
Leo Martinez.
Leo. So, what made you want to open Duke City Toys? Like, how long have you been running the business as well?
So the business has been open for about 2.5 years now, a little bit longer, and I've always been a fan of collecting. So my collection got too big, and I needed to put it somewhere. So why not turn it into a business?
I love that. And ever since you guys opened, I've been coming here around like a year now, I'd say.
Yeah, a little bit longer, I think.
Yeah, yeah. This guy gave me a deal on my CM Punk action figure because I came in like three different times trying to buy it, but I didn't have the money.
Oh yeah, we're here for the community, trying to help you out when we can. So collecting is all about what we do here. So it's more than just the money and how much we can make.
Yeah, and everyone that we talk to love Duke City Toys, especially at the DCCW shows that you guys do sponsor a lot.
Yeah, we're always there. You can find us, pretty much in the front row the whole time.
Yep. And what does it feel like having Sting and now Tommy Dreamer come to your store for meet and greets?
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. It's like a dream come true, really. We had the man, the legend, now we got the innovator of violence here, this time, back to back, almost, a few weeks, separating the events. So
Yeah.
it's opening a lot of doors for the wrestling community and for us. And hopefully we have more guests to bring you in the future.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, thank you so much, Leo. It
Yes,
was
sir,
nice
man. It's
talking
awesome.
with you.
Always good seeing you guys.
Yep. Let's get to the next clip. Hey guys, I'm here with.
Mr. Ruda of Ruda Entertainment.
Ooh, okay, Mr. Ruda. What goes into making these belts? If you guys didn't know, he makes the belts for DCCW.
I make the belts for DCCW. I make custom belts and replicas for fans. I make them for professional wrestlers. I make them for professional fighters. One of my close clients, Tito Ortiz, former
Whoa.
UFC world champion. He's got a restaurant down in South Florida. And I make his Tito's Cantina championships.
That's actually insane. That's I didn't even know that. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
So probably like 20, 25 years ago, without giving away my age, I was watching the UFC fights. So watching Tito as the Huntington Beach bad boy, and now having him text me on like a bi-monthly basis for title refills is kind of surreal.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And how much do you usually sell these for?
It depends. There's brass championships you can get. There's zinc titles. Brass is kind of like it's a lighter foam metal. It can be a lot thinner too. Good for replicas. Good for hanging stuff up on the wall so it doesn't tear the place down. But you can also do the heavier titles as well that have a lot of good weight to it.
Wow.
This is actually something you'll never see. People don't make this. This was the unreleased ECW championship.
Wow.
When WWE did them, it was going to go to CM Punk. But
Really?
they decided to do the replica, the new one that they came out with, that big,
Yeah, this big
nasty looking silver
one.
one.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, prices can range anywhere from 250, 300. They can go up to 500, 1,000. I make spinner belts and custom spinner belts. I made one for Cooper DeJean of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's got a nice custom spinner belt. Manny Lemons of Duke City Championship Wrestling. We made him for his independent promotion.
wow.
So pretty much anything. We make them for fans, promoters, promotions, you name it.
Wow, that is so interesting. And what made you want to start working with belts and in this industry?
Yeah, let me think of the year. It was I debuted 2017. I'm a wrestler too.
You're a wrestler?
Not a wrestler. I'm a manager. I'm the mouthpiece on the outside. You can see the mask over there. Psycho Clown. That guy was in my debut on my birthday, February 18, 2017. And right before I got into managing wrestlers, I guess it maybe might have been like a comfort piece. I always wanted to be like the $1 Million Man and have my own custom championship. And the guy that took on Psycho Clown was this big dude, Vince Steele, rest in peace. He's no longer with us, but he's here in spirit. But he was such a big guy. He was massive. And I had the life insurance championship that I created. And all of his opponents had to take out a life insurance policy because I was afraid that Vince was going to kill him in the ring. And I made that one championship. A promoter liked it, wanted his titles remade. We got them remade. Wrestlers liked them. They wanted them remade. Then fans were asking, could I get a replica made? And it just from a title for myself to titles for promoters to titles for fans stemmed into now 8 years I've been doing this. Ruda Entertainment. You can find us on Ruda Entertainment on Instagram. I work very closely with Bill Alfonso of ECW. We just came out with the children's book of him.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Talks about his whole life, man, going in from a kid to getting booked for WrestleMania, the NWA, his days in ECW with Paul Heyman giving him a call. RudaSavagePublishing.com. You can get your copies of the book. We got soft copies and we got hard copies.
Wow. Thank you.
But yeah, jack of all trades. I'm in the wrestling business. I'm a wrestling belt creator. I work with legends. You name it. Ruda Entertainment. We do it all.
Multi-talented man. I like that. Thank you so much for interviewing with us. It was an honor. That was really fun to talk about belts with you.
Anytime you want, man. I'm happy to tell you more. If you ever want to get Bill Alfonso on the show, I'd be happy to hook him up with you too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Come on, man. You say the word. You hit me up. I'll give you my information. We'll talk about it afterwards.
That sounds great, man.
You get the information. You people don't.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next clip. Okay, guys. I'm here with two scoops. I have to be a little quiet today, you know, meet and greet and all. So, Tommy, what was it like growing up watching Tommy Dreamer? Same guy, same name?
Yeah, same name. And I think that's why he was my favorite wrestler of all time. I have a vivid memory of growing up without the internet, right? Because I grew up on the ranch. We didn't have internet until I was 18, and then it was satellite internet, HughesNet, they sucked. So we had VHS tapes, right, and DVDs, and that was my main source of entertainment, was old school wrestling VHSs. And I've had a couple recorded ECW tapes, and I watch them all the time. So Tommy Dreamer always stuck out to me. The whole Kane deal. Thank you, sir. I have another. I mean, that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
My favorite match of all time ever. I always tell people when they interview me is Tommy Dreamer and Raven. That's the best rivalry in wrestling history.
Oh, that's such a good rivalry.
But I remember Tommy doing the sign of the cross, right? Before he walks in the ring, and I grew up Catholic. And that, for me, just was like, this guy's like me, you know? And I feel like he represented the good, and that's kind of what led me to wrestling eventually.
He did represent the everyman in WWE for a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then when I was, in 2006, 2007, 2005, they had the one night stand, and WWE came back. That was when I was at that time in 2006, 8 years old. So that was prime wrestling time for me. And,
Yeah.
and I remember having the action figures and everything of the Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, who's on your Mount Rushmore for wrestlers?
Mount Rushmore, okay. So it's hard to always narrow down the four. But, of course, we're going to put Tommy Dreamer up there.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been consistent on my lists.
Of course.
Number 2, Samoa Joe. Because
I love Samoa Joe.
no matter what show I'm on, I get, hey, are you Samoa Joe? Or are you Samoa Joe's little brother? But his style is just literally the coolest thing ever. Such a hybrid of just cool stuff. Really,
Yeah,
for a big guy being so athletic.
The walk away as well.
I've done that a couple times.
Nice.
And then, so that's 2. I would say, my opinion of the GOAT, Stone Cold Steve Austin has to be up there.
For
I
sure.
myself am a brawler type wrestler.
Yeah.
Powerhouse meets brawler, I guess. I do a lot of brawl type moves. And then my number 4, AJ Styles. I'm a big TNA guy.
Oh, I love AJ.
He's, besides Tommy Dreamer, Ultimate Babyface, AJ Styles was the guy I grew up from my time era, right?
Yeah.
So I would say those 4 right there. If I had to throw an honorable mention in there, my 5th president in, I'm a big Eric Young guy. I love his comedy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my go-to for inspiration.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would say Tommy Dreamer, Samoa Joe, Stone Cold Steve Austin, AJ Styles.
And just one last quick question. How do you feel about AJ Styles retiring this year?
Well, I'll tell you what I told Tommy Dreamer. We did a show, I've been fortunate enough to do a couple of shows with Tommy Dreamer, and I pulled him aside after his match, and I told him, hey, before you stop wrestling, you got to promise me one thing. You can't stop wrestling until you wrestle me. So with AJ Styles retiring, I've always dreamed about wrestling him. It's heartbreaking, but I think that's motivation to find a way,
Yeah.
to wrestle him or work with him in some capacity. I've been fortunate enough to meet him a handful of times, and
That's good.
he's the best.
That's awesome, man. And honestly, you're high level. You could stand with him.
I mean, that's the ultimate proving ground, right?
Yeah.
I guess I'll start with Tommy Dreamer, and then eventually I'll wrestle Samoa Joe, and then expedite I'll wrestle AJ Styles.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for talking with me, and we'll see you in the next clip. Hey, guys. I'm here with
Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer, the legend himself. So, Tommy, what is it like being in New Mexico? Like, how do you like the 505 so far?
As you know, a man wearing a mask, first of all, your oxygen intake is a little bit different. I remember the first time I ever wrestled here, and I was like, what is going on? I feel like did I get out of shape in like 2 days? Because the first time I wrestled here, I want to say it was 2001, and it was against my arch rival Raven, and I was like, but now, 25 years later, still been here a few times, but love the fact that there's such a large wrestling community, and we have great stores like Duke City Toys that represent the wrestling business well.
Yep. Duke City Toys is awesome. But speaking of Raven, everyone calls that your greatest rivalry.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, he was my greatest pain in my ass, too.
Do you have a favorite match between you two?
I love them all. That really helped my whole career. I would say our last one in the original ECW, which was WrestlePalooza, June 7th, 1997, due to the fact that Raven was leaving for WCW. Everybody knew he was leaving, and the fans were still reacting every time he was kicking out or I was kicking out. They did not know what was going on, even though he was leaving. So it was like a real testament to how hard we kept on swerving the wrestling fans, because everybody thinks they know, but if you think of what Roddy Piper says, every time you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
Yep.
Can I bite your mask off, like old school lucha style,
No.
and expose who you are to your fan base? Do you shower in that like Mr. Wrestling 2 used to?